Ow! Oh, this is Doug from the Black Hills. Welcome to the Wally Show podcast. Can you take the blindfold off now?
Okay, that was odd.
What? What was that?
That was odd. I think he was being forced to do our intro or something. That was kind of scary, actually. Well, thank you, Doug. Are we going to keep doing this thing now? I think Doug might have just killed to let someone else introduce the precast. But no, you can do that if you download the WayFM app. You can actually leave us a voicemail like Doug did there, and you can have your very own intro to this here podcast. So thank you, Doug, for freaking us all out a little bit there. Some of the things going on this year, it's good to look back sometimes, and it's hard to believe that it is the 1-year anniversary of the dress. You guys know what I'm talking about?
The white and gold dress.
Yes, exactly. The one that went around, swept the internet.
Blue and black.
The black dress,
Nope.
exactly.
Nope.
It was blue and black 100%, but that debate raged on and on and on. So how else would you celebrate such an auspicious occasion like that than with another photo? So there's another photo going around of an Adidas jacket that is going around. It's on BuzzFeed poll, where this one looks blue, and I would say like gold. Like, I have no idea, but
blue and gold?
Yeah, they say it's blue and white. 10% say it's black and brown. 9% say green and gold. 5% say green and brown. I'd see none of those choices. I see blue and gold is what I see. Yeah, I'm going to pass the photo around to you guys, and you can check it out. I'm sure if that dress thing went viral and was crazy, this thing will be the same.
Blue and white.
Blue and white. Okay, so you see white.
Yeah, blue and white.
You guys are crazy.
What do you see, Zach?
No, it's black and like brown or copper.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I see the copper part in the logo of the Adidas, but I see blue as far as the
What
actual.
does it look like there on your computer?
Black and brown. Black and
You're
copper.
lying.
I'm not at all.
You're lying.
No, like that's not blue.
It's like a baby blue.
Oh my gosh. You people are
I see
crazy.
like dark blue, royal blue kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I see.
I didn't think this one would get as much traction because I'm like, there's no way someone would see other than blue and white.
Because it seems so obvious,
right.
but apparently that's not the case. So it'll be interesting to see if this one goes and goes as far as that last one did. Because people were like really nasty about that, man.
I kind of doubt this one would because the last one was so organic. Like it was just like, oh, this is dumb. It's clearly gold and white, and people are like, what? No, no, it's not.
Yeah, sometimes when you try to manufacture something, it doesn't have the same legs, if you will. But
this is people taking photos with improper white balance settings.
Is that
it
what
just
it is?
drives me crazy. It's not.
Yeah, because this one feels like, did they take the photo purposely to make it look this way, or was it another photo that showed up that somebody debated?
Like, you can fool digital cameras all the time into thinking colors are different things, but it doesn't.
Or are people just being difficult and not wanting to say what they really see, and they're just making up colors like Zach is doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like Zach is doing.
All right, here, if I zoom in, what color is that? That color by itself is black.
By itself,
Yes.
it's navy blue, but that's where the shadow is.
Yeah, see, I
It's
see
baby
navy blue. I see navy blue.
The whole thing, you can tell when it's in the light. It's
If you
baby
zoom
blue.
into one color of the thing, it's very obvious what color that is.
Is the logo, when you zoom in on it, is the logo gold?
Yes,
Yeah,
clearly.
see, the logo looks totally
It's
gold to me.
Clearly.
white.
If
You see
okay, so what
white
color
on
is this on
that?
the side of
Yeah,
the screen?
That's white too.
Oh,
so
my
those colors are the
gosh.
same thing.
Yes, this is just in the shade.
girls are
this is just in the
crazy.
shade. It's taken in a bad
Then
picture.
it's not white.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
good
am.
grief.
I'm almost offended now at how ignorant that sounds to say that is
Ignorant.
white.
Okay, well, that's a stretch.
I don't see white
I
at
can
all.
see if you want to argue that in real life it's blue and white, sure. But this photo,
Yeah,
those colors,
and-
like you can absolutely, you
Right.
can click on it with your wand thing or your eyedropper in Photoshop.
Right.
It'll tell you what color it is.
Yeah.
It's definitive.
Yeah, with the
Oh, good grief.
It's so stupid.
I could see it being blue and white just normally, like naturally, 100%.
It could be a bad photo of a blue and white photo, but
Yeah, but
the
it looks
photo's
gold to
still
me.
black and gold. Anyway,
All right, well, I guess we're not going to settle that. I'm sure. Look for that in your email strain, or just people sending that to you, not email.
You think people still like
I know.
forward emails?
I do.
Oh, it's
I do.
cute.
I know.
look for that in your AOL group.
You got mail.
Look for people sharing that all day long on Facebook and Instagram. All right, so here's something that I came across that I thought was interesting. It's the most hated chain in America. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, companies like, okay, are there companies that I just hate and like I
Yes.
won't go to? Who?
Jack in the Box.
Oh, you hate Jack in the Box? How do you hate Jack in
You
the
get
Box?
2 tacos for $1.
And an egg roll.
It's so confusing.
Who sells a taco
what
and an egg
are you?
roll?
Are you a burger joint? Are you a Taco Bell
Exactly.
wannabe joint? No, just make up your mind.
Yeah,
Stop.
be one or the other.
You don't get French fries with tacos.
They're
That
Oh my
doesn't make
gosh!
sense.
Yes, not Jack in the Box, but Del Taco does that.
Oh,
Del
so
Taco
great.
sells tacos and crinkle fries.
And
Why?
Taco John's in like the Midwest sells tacos and tater tots. Potato olays. They're
That's
fantastic.
dumb.
Yeah,
Make up your mind.
they just called him something Spanish and put a sombrero on him. Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, so Jack in the Box. Okay, so Betty hates Jack in the Box, but loves Crystal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
like
your favorite.
If a guy took me there for the first date, I'd be like, keep her.
Really? Wow, that is sad, actually. Abercrombie and Fitch is the most hated chain. They beat out Walmart because Walmart's been hated for a long time by people because, big business shuts down little business, that kind of stuff usually. Or
That's because half the country now works at Walmart.
yeah, and Walmart's had like some downturn too. I was surprised they've been laying off people, and I wanted to say I heard like some stores closed too, which I thought was really
Kohl's is
weird.
closing some stores near us.
Kohl's is near us?
Yes.
In the Spring Hill area?
There's rumors that we might be one of
Oh.
them, but I don't know.
Yes.
If they would
Why
just
are you
put things on
clapping?
sale,
You
they
love
would get.
Kohl's.
I used to love Kohl's till they
You
tricked
always
me.
talk about their cash, Kohl cash.
Yeah, they tricked me into buying a pair of jeans full price.
You're the one guy who's ever bought full price clothes. At
I know.
Kohl's.
No one ever in the history of that company has paid full
The
price.
CEO got a ding on his computer and what is going on in Spring Hill right now?
You know, at the end when Kohl's gives you a receipt and says you saved, mine actually said we charged you more. I didn't save anything that day. It was absolute insanity.
That's your
Whose
fault.
is that? Yeah.
It's Kohl's. It's deceptive. Everything is supposed to be on sale at Kohl's.
You know what I love is he always calls us out for overreacting, but he is just like a little.
This is a big deal. Like Kohl's is a big deal. Like their practices are crazy.
I don't think they'll take you serious unless you go in front of their store with a picket sign.
Yes.
Do it.
I can't believe they might close the one near us in that shopping center.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know. I've heard it both ways, but there's some in our area.
There is one brand of clothes in there that I actually really like. It's called like Rockstar brand or something. I don't know what it is.
Oh, good grief.
Well, it's-
Whatever it is, you're
there-
way too old for it.
No.
It's called wishful thinking.
Yeah, and there's Mark Anthony. He has some clothes in there I kind of like too.
yeah.
Yeah. So
You know where my dad shops?
Tractor Supply.
Bass Pro.
Does he really?
And you, sir, are going to Rockstar.
I know it's Rockstar
Cool.
something, but I actually kind of like their clothes. Like that I would be sad to see that go. So maybe Target will pick it up. I shop at Target like for clothes. As a guy, like I don't really. I'll go to Kohl's, Target. I don't think I've bought any clothes at Walmart like that I wasn't using for like a bit or something.
I've bought clothes for when we travel at Walmart,
Yeah.
like cargo
yeah.
pants and stuff.
Yeah.
I've tried to buy stuff at Walmart, but nothing's long enough on me. That's always my struggle.
Struggle's real, kids. Struggle's real.
Just get longer socks.
That's how Zach,
shirts?
That's how
Oh, for
Zach
shirts.
got through high school.
Get some gloves.
Yeah, your jeans
Some
don't
armbands.
fit.
How hard can this be?
My bad. Can't
you're-
wait for Anna to grow up. That lucky kid.
Oh, she'll never get to shop at those expensive department stores.
Zach,
Yes.
your pants are at your shin. Get bigger socks. That's a great plan. High Water Sam. So
Most hated brands.
Yeah, Walmart made this
Is
list.
Hardee's and Carl's Jr. on there?
No.
Wow.
Should be.
Becca's dad would object to that.
Yes, he is. He boycotted them when they had all their racy commercials, and he emailed whoever he was talking to on the email chain. He sent us the entire thing, and he told the people on the email chain that his entire family would be as well. And then he forwarded to us and let us know that we were
You guys are
boycotting
like,
Hardee's.
I really like that bacon burger.
I know. We're like, Dad, we're all grown. Like, my oldest brother is in his mid-30s. We're not all boycotting
Yeah.
Hardee's.
I never even think to go to Hardee's. Like, it's not even on my register.
It's me either, and they have one near us. And it actually, I finally, for the first time in years, because we had Carl's Jr. when I lived in California, which is basically Hardee's. And so Hardee's is like this side of the country, I guess. And I actually went there and I had a burger. It was really good. Like I was like, oh, that's a good, solid burger.
I gotta say, every time someone talks about boycotting, it just makes me crave it more.
Yeah.
So after that, my dad sent that email. I'd have been to Hardee's in like 2 years, and I went.
You
got
went.
a Hardee's burger.
Oh, that's
You
great.
are not honoring your father. That is
well,
commandment number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, wait, hold
You
on.
gotta
a
sing the
second.
song.
I know, I do. There's a song that Mercy Me
It
did.
is 5.
And that, is it? Okay.
Yes, because whenever we got in trouble, we had to write it out like 10 or 20 times. Like we did
Really?
sentences, yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm trying to think if my mom and dad ever made me do that. I don't think I ever had to do that. But yeah, it's funny that you are so defiant.
It wasn't defiance.
Dad.
It was just like, oh yeah, that's just dad being dad. Because you have to understand that my dad is the defiant one. He's the one that's like, how could you settle for blah 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 blah, and just he just goes overboard.
He doesn't like Joey?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
My burger choices.
Sorry.
Anyway. Oh. And so it wasn't like, I'm going to show dad. It was more like, Hardy's actually kind of sounds good tonight.
Yeah. I went to, while we're on the subject of burgers and food, I went to Steak and Shake the other night.
I love Steak and Shake.
They have a garlic butter burger. A double garlic butter.
You got it?
I'm getting it today. I'm going again. Like I know we have a lunch meeting, but I want to go there now and get a garlic double burger. Oh my goodness, it was good.
Wow, just don't order a 20-piece of nugget because then you'd be,
Oh yeah, I'm not a pig. No.
I'm just gonna go get my pre-lunch double burger. What?
Wait a minute. I want to ask you this because we kind of
Yes.
approached this last week. What was your vegetable consumption over the weekend?
Oh, vegetable consumption over the weekend. Does lettuce on my burger count?
No.
Oh wait, no. I had a fish sandwich that had lettuce on it. I left the lettuce on it, so I had that.
A one leaf of lettuce.
I
Okay.
had that. It was shredded, so it could have been more.
Iceberg?
Iceberg, yeah.
Okay.
Which
Watery
isn't
lettuce.
technically that good for you.
What did I have? Okay, so I was traveling, and so I had fazoli's, which
you ate pretty much all breadsticks.
I ate breadsticks. Yes.
But did you dip them in tomato sauce?
I did.
You got some tomatoes.
Good
There you go.
sugar.
Yeah, I had
Sugar tomatoes.
spaghetti and cheese with the chicken parm and the breadsticks. Then that night I had the cheeseburger at 10 o'clock at night. It was so good. Oh, dude,
It was just a snack?
Yes. No, because we ate late. And then we didn't eat dinner. So then when we finished, we went to a show, and so when we finished that, we went to dinner.
What kind of milkshake did you have with it?
I didn't. Haley did.
And you finished yours?
No, none of that. And then Sunday was McDonald's for breakfast, and the fish sandwich on the way home. And then I made my wife made little personal pizzas at home with pepperoni. So
Does
absolutely
that ever
zero vegetables.
Bother you? I don't understand how you can live your life and that not bother you.
No, it doesn't.
About your all these vegetables that you're not getting into your system.
I don't think twice about them, and I don't think I miss them. I mean, if you look at me, it's like, oh, you look great.
Whoops, a little too loud.
Sorry. I mean, yeah, totally.
Yeah. No, so I don't. Yeah, I don't think vegetables are never. Whenever we have people over to eat, it's really difficult for us because most people want like a salad, some sort of meat, and then
Nutrients.
vegetables. Yes, and then they want some vegetable side with it, And all we do is like go, all right, what do you want for your meat and dessert? Like that's all I worry about.
We were at a place here called Puckett's, like a southern place.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, what's your vegetable of the day? Mac and cheese.
That's why I love
right.
Puckett's.
That's what vegetables are like at your house.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What's your is sugar a vegetable? It came in a cane. Is that
Ketchup,
vegetable?
that counts.
I know. So no, I didn't have
So
any.
you had one leaf of lettuce over the weekend.
That would be my vegetable intake
I've
probably for the
had
week.
2 spinach smoothies
Ooh.
filled with fruits.
Oh, at least for the spinach. Yeah, I did smoothies for a while. I stopped doing smoothies, and I need to get
Your
back on them.
smoothies were not smoothies though. They were still pink.
I know, but I put spinach in them. But yours are like
Mine are
like
green.
snot green.
Yeah, that's how they're supposed to be.
No,
we
that's
went to
too much.
Cracker Barrel. They had lima beans for Saturday as
You
their
ate lima beans?
I love lima beans.
That
They're
was a
good.
punishment to me as a kid. Like having
Have you
to
had
eat.
Cracker Barrel's lima beans?
No,
Like when they're soaked in butter and
So
salt, they're
good.
good.
because I don't typically like beans, but if they're in chili, I can eat beans in chili
Or jellied.
or jellied. Yes. If there are jellied beans, then I do like those.
Oh, I got that.
Is that yeah?
Yes.
Is that a vegetable?
I mean, all different colors.
I know they're fantastic.
Are the green ones better for you?
Yes.
I know we went a long way on food from
was
the
the hated chain?
brands. Walmart was second. Giant Eagle. I didn't even know what that is. You know what that is?
It's a grocery store. They have them in Ohio, and they're so expensive.
Oh, really?
I think.
Well,
Like
they're
everything
Are
next.
is
they
Big one.
organic?
like they have some of that, but just the one by my parents. Every time we go in there, we feel like we ended up signing up for a preferred shopper card just for the times we visit because it's just is so expensive.
That's like Publix is more expensive on certain things. It's a restaurant chain that we have like in the South. And but it's so clean and so nice, and like it's almost worth paying a little extra more.
No, because it takes half an hour longer because all the cashiers want to have like these long conversations with you.
Yeah, they want to
and
be
hear your
kind
life
to you.
Story.
It's crazy.
It
They're
really
so
is
nice.
pricey. I can walk out of Publix spending twice as much as I would at like Kroger.
Yeah, I didn't used to go to Kroger before, but like now that's typically our first place is Kroger and like Target there because we have a super Target. Albertsons actually made this list of hated too. I haven't
that?
shopped at Albertsons. It's like a
That's grocery.
Kroger. Yeah, I would put it on par with
Kroger,
old Krogers that haven't been revitalized and sell
Food
clothes.
Line.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh, I
been to
love
Food Line
Food
in years.
Lion.
Oh,
Our
And
Food Line's
Piggly
good.
Wiggly.
I know. I miss Piggly Wiggly. Zach, is there a brand that you don't like? A brand that you hate?
Yes, there are lots.
Like you want me the whole list or?
Microsoft would be way up there.
Oh yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Like McAfee, like the software people, the virus people.
Like the viruses are less intrusive than their antivirus software.
Oh my gosh! Like, because we have a couple computers, we all use Macs for our job, but then there are a couple computers in the studio we have to have, and they're constantly giving me these pop-ups and stuff. And it would be easier just to get a virus, have the thing blow up, and buy another cheap computer. It's absolutely ridiculous. Mine is Whole Foods. I hate Whole Foods, and I don't really have a great reason other than I don't like the people that shop at Whole Foods.
Yeah, you hate the Whole Food customers.
I do.
The store
Yes.
you're ambivalent on.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been into the store, like, oh, it's kind of cool, but like they overcharge you, and everyone's like, oh, is that organic, farm raised, blah blah blah. Like just like those people annoy me. Oh, we've got electric things for your car, so you can plug in your car and charge it while you shop at our store. Like, it's
Oh,
just,
that
it's
reminds me.
pretentious.
By the way, Cracker Barrel has those, and I saw a woman that was just in a normal car park in one of those spots.
Oh yeah, people do that. Like one time we
You
saw.
should be allowed to because no one uses them.
I've always thought about putting an extension cord out of my hood
Just so you can park there.
just to pretend.
That'd be so funny.
Here's my hybrid '99 Civic.
Yeah. It'd be great to park in there with something that's so totally not one of those, like a Hummer,
Yeah.
and do that and then run a cord to it. So like, wait a minute, I want to hate you because you have a Hummer, but I think it's a hybrid.
I've started to casually look for a new car because the air conditioning went out of my car. The car was worth $800 and it cost $1,000 to fix. So I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm casually looking. The Nissan Leaf, which I think is an all electric car, you can get those used for $10,000.
No way.
Joey really
if-
wanted one.
And if you never have to, like, I just go park it at Whole Foods for half an
Yeah.
hour and never have to pay to gas it up.
That's pretty good.
That's intriguing.
that isn't. Yeah.
And like you do about 8 miles an hour on the freeway.
No,
like,
they're
do they do
fine.
all right?
No, they're normal cars. The reason I was so against it, though, is we live in a townhome and we don't have a garage. I'm like, I'm not running an extension cord across the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
it's our house.
Looks a little white trash.
Right?
I'll give you that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't know why they make like cars that are supposed to be the future like so ugly though. Like a lot of times the body styles, like the Prius is not a good looking car. Great concept, ugly car. The Leaf, I don't think the Leaf is a good looking car.
I think it's fine.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I've never understood that. Like you see all these cool concept cars every time. They're like, oh, this is a great concept car, and then they put out something that's like that is hideous. Like, why would anyone buy that? Because you got to make something that's really cool if you want them to buy the
You just want to
technology.
look good.
Yeah.
Look at a Tesla.
Yeah,
That's a cool looking car.
There you
That's
go.
all electric.
Yeah, I would
They're
buy a
doing it right.
Tesla if I had an extra $100,000. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Joey
that
keeps
is a good example.
trying to talk me into. I guess Tesla has a program where if you get like 5 of your friends to buy a Tesla, you get a free Tesla or something
What?
like that.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous. And he's like, I'm gonna get people to buy Teslas. I'm like, we have no rich friends,
I
Joey,
know.
but he's so in love with Tesla that he wants one so badly.
Yeah,
don't even know
Joey and
what
I
that
we're emailing each other back, trying to get each other on the list. So hopefully.
Now, what if
Fingers
all
crossed.
your 5 friends, you get 5 people to buy it, and then they immediately turn around and sell them? Like you lose a few thousand on the,
On the sale,
resale.
yeah.
But that still would make a really cheap Tesla, right?
Yeah.
So buy 5, get one free, sell the 5 you bought.
And sell them all and pocket the money. Yeah, I don't know how much you could. I don't know the market of selling those Teslas. I don't think they're flying off the shelves.
No, I think they're in high demand.
Are they really?
I feel like they can't make them fast
They
enough.
might be limited. Yeah, if they can't make them or if they limit the quantity. But problems that I'll never have to worry about.
They're coming out with an SUV.
A
and-
Tesla.
Yes, and I know someone who's getting one for free.
No.
What?
Just so he can blog about
I
it.
bet I know that guy too. Uh-huh. Is it the guy I know too?
The guy who offered me a free $6,000 camera.
Oh, different guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You have 2 rich friends.
Well, hey, guys, hey, we have a radio show. Why are we not getting free Teslas?
I know.
Wait a second.
So if you buy a Tesla, put our name down. Man, that is crazy. Yeah, the SUV versions of those things, I'm curious what Tesla's looks like because their design is cool. But like Porsche has that Cayenne, which is like their SUV, and I don't think it's nearly as good looking as their other cars. All right, so I think we've covered all of those brands that are hated. The retail chains that people loved most were the grocery stores. Wegmans, Trader Joe's, H-E-B, Publix made the list of people that love, and Amazon were the most loved brands.
I love Amazon. Mm-hmm. I do. I really do.
Amazon, it's so bad. Like, it's my last stop. And every time I buy something, I'm like, this is so great. But it's always my last stop. I always want to go see things and touch them and stuff first, and then I'm like, man, I should buy more stuff off of email.
Is that it, or do you need to go out in public so people will talk to you?
There's that too.
Yes, that's what I thought.
There's that too. So, you know what? That's going to do it for the precast. Other than letting you know, make sure that you are voting for your favorite dress that you see Betty Rock wearing, because Becca and I did a Project Runway challenge, and we each made a dress, and it's blind. We didn't say whose dress is who's at allwally.com, but you can vote for your favorite. Leave a comment as well, or it's also up at Facebook, facebook.com/Wally Show. So either way you go, you can vote, and we'll read some of the comments on the show tomorrow during the podcast, or during the show, which you'll hear obviously in the podcast. So there you go. That's going to do it for the precast today. This is the Wally Show, and first of all, I want to take a second just to thank everybody that was so kind in the post. I did a Facebook post about my daughter getting accepted to a college. It's like kind of an exclusive college. Like, it's really hard to get into. They don't take that many people. It's like a performance art school in New York, and I had always told her it's like stupid expensive, and I'm like, well, you can audition for it, and if you got in, we'd find a way to work it out, knowing full well that she wasn't going to get in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, and so like she got in, and so I had videotaped her getting her acceptance letter, and she's kind of crying, and there's this one moment where she just looks at my wife, who's kind of holding her, and she's like, I'm good. Like, it was validation for her that, like, it was just a cool moment for her. And like, I've been crying at like American Idol recently, watching that as I watch these kids' dreams come true, and I had that same moment with my daughter over the weekend. So it was really cool to see like one of her dreams actually happen. You know,
were you crying because her dream was coming true, or crying because you were thinking about the bill that was coming your way?
A little of both,
okay.
Truth be told. But the thing is, like, because I've been talking about how expensive college is this whole time with her to get her to understand this, and I didn't want to rain on her parade or steal her joy, so I didn't mention the cost of it once during this whole time where she's just loving life, and I wanted her to enjoy that moment. I'll kick the stool out from under her this week, but it was just cool, and people were so kind. They were, saying nice things and commenting on the video. It's at facebook.com/Wally Show. But it was just one of those things. It was cool to see, like, someone that I love more than life itself, like a dream come true for her. And, where it goes from here, I don't know, because we went and auditioned at another school in Missouri, and she loves it there too. And I'm hoping that's the one. 4 years at that school is 1 year of the other school.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously.
But New York, Missouri for acting.
Missouri's beautiful this time of year. It's not as snowy, it could be the thing. I'll tell you this, the kids at the Missouri school, we haven't been to the New York one yet, but the kids at the Missouri school were so cool. We had toured like months ago, and she sat in a class, and these kids remembered us, which was really cool. Like, it was like, hey, you were in my acting class. Like, yeah. And this one kid, Malachi, like, I love this kid. He's like, yeah, I knew when you walked in that I saw this rocker biker dad with earrings and stuff like that, and I just knew I had to be his best friend.
Already kissing up to the father-in-law.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But it was just a great moment. So thank you. And if you want to see the video again, you can check it out, facebook.com/Wally Show. This is the Wally Show. And, you see these lists all the time about what it costs to raise a child and how expensive that is. We have some friends that just had a baby, so I'm sure they're already thinking of that kind of stuff, and diapers and college and all that stuff. It adds up. But I came across something that I'd never seen before, and it's the cost of a happy marriage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you think there shouldn't be a dollar amount on there, right?
Can you put a price tag on love? I hear that all the time, but apparently you can. And so this thing starts at the wedding and moves out from there. And they said the average cost of a wedding is how much? How much do you think, Betty Rock?
$5,000.
Whoa, you are a keeper, because that is not an expensive wedding, and that's great. That's a dress on Say Yes to the Dress. Becca.
So I just got married a few years ago, and I believe the average was around 22.
Yeah, that's close. Yeah. They had this one averaged at 30.
Wow.
So right in the ballpark.
That's gone up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's what it takes for a happy marriage, though.
No, but they're saying there's a correlation, and I agree with that. Like, money doesn't buy happiness, but they're saying that there's a correlation between what you spend on your relationship and all the things you do. Like, okay, so you start off with a wedding.
I'm already out on this list.
Yeah, 100%.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. But then, things like vacations. So $2,400 to take a vacation, because that's important. Spend time with your spouse and doing things and this, that, and the other. $922 a year on weekend getaways. So not really a vacation, but like a getaway. Hey, let's just go here for the weekend.
Who are these people?
Yeah, what kind of time do they have on their hands?
Let me see. $680 a year for jewelry.
What? Why? What? Why?
Yeah,
Holy
see?
cow.
You should get Joey on that, man, if you want a happy marriage.
I haven't spent that in 8 years of marriage.
You didn't spend that on the wedding ring.
No.
$435 a year for gifts and surprises. I think a woman made this list.
Wait, so gifts and surprises is separate from jewelry?
Yes, jewelry is birthday and anniversary, or and honestly, I thought that was a little low. If you are a jewelry person, if that's what you spend on jewelry, that's a little low.
Is that what Marty spends on you for jewelry?
Yes. Sadly. But actually, my wife has bought me jewelry. Let me see. $800 a year for nights in. Like, I don't know how they get that. Netflix is Redbox is $1.
Yeah, how does that?
Yeah. But they figure on 3 nights a month, including like a Netflix subscription, iTunes downloads, snacks. They kind of really blow that out. And this one is a good one, though. $2,000 a year for date nights. Like, not counting your weekends or your vacations, just date nights. Because that actually does get expensive, especially if you have kids, and they're figuring 3 date nights a month for $55 a date. Which that's not outside the realm.
That's the one on this list that actually makes sense to me, especially if you have to get a babysitter and go out to a nice meal, and I think that's important.
Yeah, that one is good. Ultimately, I know that they're putting a dollar figure to this stuff, but really what it's saying is it's like spend time with your spouse. Now, whether it is going to a movie or whether it's buying them jewelry or whatever, I think that looks different for everybody. But the secret to the happy marriage in a lot of these things is time together. And so whether it's at home watching a movie or whether it's, going on a nice vacation, that's the thing that's going to keep you cemented and connected, and it's spending that time together.
Maybe time together delivering pizza so you can afford all this stuff.
Yes, that's probably what you'd have to do.
Here's everything you need to know in under 3 minutes.
This is madness.
Or slightly more if Wally gets worked up.
Nothing grinds my gears worse than some chowderhead who doesn't know when to keep his big trap shut.
It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca's going to get you caught up right now. What's happening?
The South Carolina primary for the Democrats was this weekend, and Hillary ended up crushing Bernie.
No, she did not. I did not technically lose a lot. Was not crushed. Was maybe mauled a little, but not crushed.
Always good to hear from Bernie Sanders, but
Thank you.
Some experts are expecting her to continue her streak as we head into Super Tuesday tomorrow. Trump
What's so super about it? I got crushed.
12 states and 1 U.S. territory are voting all tomorrow. This is happening. And so for Republicans, Trump is expected to continue to be the front runner.
Some Republican made the quote the other day. I can't remember what it was, and they just assumed like that Hillary's going to win. They're like, yes, and when we take on Hillary, and Bernie's like, hey, I'm still in this thing. But I think the Republicans already have their sights set on we're trying to beat Hillary, not Bernie's not a thought to them as much anymore.
That's kind of how things started, but then Bernie kind of caught up, and it seemed like he was a real contender, and now it feels like the tables are turning once again.
What do your Democratic friends say? Feel the burn?
Feel the burn. Yeah, that's
Nice.
what a lot of 20-somethings are pro-Bernie
Feel the
Sanders.
burn
And that's the hashtag
Of socialism.
they use.
That's funny. Yeah.
So There you go. This is a weird story. 2 months ago, an American college student was arrested in North Korea for trying to steal a North Korean banner from a hotel. Well, this morning, a video was released of him confessing and apologizing to what he called the hostile act.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no one is for sure if he's being forced to say that. People are assuming he is.
Say whatever they want you to say. Come home.
Right. Apparently, someone in the States was willing to give him $20,000 reward for stealing that banner. It was some political banner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's dumb. Like, if you're going to go to North Korea, like, first of all, why? But B, if you're there, don't do anything wrong.
Right,
What is wrong with you?
Keep your head down.
Yes, they throw you in jail for dumb things there. Like, I mean, for anything there. Like, don't break the law of all places. Remember that one kid that got caned years ago? Where was that at?
I thought it was Singapore.
I think it was. He had done something, and so their punishment was to like spank him with bamboo canes, and he got caned publicly.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, like you don't mess around in those countries, man. That's insanity.
And finally, there was a bizarre 4-hour chase over the weekend as police tried to catch a unicorn.
Oh, I knew they existed.
Yeah, no, they don't. It was
Oh.
actually a pony that someone had dressed up with a fake horn for a photo shoot, but it ended up getting loose. But the good news is that they did catch it, and the unicorn's 5-year-old owner is handling the situation.
She got it a timeout because she was being a bad pony.
Oh, you put the unicorn in a timeout.
Yeah, of
That's
course you do. But
sweet.
they're magical, so that you know they're going to escape again.
Oh, yeah, that thing's going to be on the loose before you know it. And that's so funny that they dress the pony up as a unicorn. I wonder if ponies, like that or don't like that. Is it like, oh, sweet, I'm a unicorn, I got a horn now? Or like, oh. Like dogs always look dejected when you put them in their Halloween costumes, and they always look like, this is the worst day ever. Have you dressed up Hadley ever?
Oh, she made the cutest shark this year.
Was she left shark?
She was left shark.
Nice. That's actually kind of
Yeah.
creative. It's better than making them like a hot dog, so nicely done.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
This is the Wally Show with boys versus girls, where the guys are taking on the ladies, and you can win a prize if your gender wins. So if the guys win, only guys can call, and if the girls win, only girls can call. So we have some tough questions here that no one could possibly know the answer, so we're just guessing. We're seeing who's the best guesser. And if you listen carefully, you'll be asked a question about the game and the questions that we've had today at the end, and you can win that prize. So here we go. We're going to start off with another distance question. We had one of these recently. But Betty, this one is not in feet and inches, because the last time we did a feet and inches, she guessed 6 feet 12 inches. This one, which is
Very specific.
very specific. This is just in feet. Okay, no inches involved.
Okay.
In feet, what is the height of the tallest living tree? In feet, what is the height of the tallest living tree? I know everyone's thinking all those shows you've seen.
You got to visualize it, too.
I know. I'm
like,
so
look up.
horrible at guessing that compared to a building and how tall that is. I have no idea with this. So everybody get your answers down. Let's start with Becca, because she looked like the most solid on this.
I'm terrible. No, I'm not solid at all. 174 feet.
That sounds good to me.
Yep.
I might be a
I
little
don't know.
high. I went 235.
I went
for
300.
mine. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Zach.
112.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, the actual answer is of the, in feet, the height of the tallest tree. Oh, who said 300?
Me?
Betty Rock. 379 feet.
Yeah!
You got the first one right. Woo! Wow, that's amazing. It's a tree in California. It's one of the redwoods. Wow, that's amazing. Well,
It's
congratulations.
taller than a football field,
Yes, it is.
including the end zones.
I wonder what that ranks next to a building. Like,
That would be 37 stories.
okay. so
Almost 38.
not impressive. We build much bigger things than that
Oh my
tree.
goodness.
No. All right,
Classic short man talking.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
congratulations, Betty Rock. You got the girls off to a great start.
Thank you.
1-0. This is where it usually falls apart for the ladies, though. They always start off great, but then you got to be able to finish. And I'm pulling for you today. I want the ladies to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to throw it, but I'd like to see you guys win. I think you need a boost of confidence here. So 8. Well, not right now.
Whoa.
We're not done
I mean,
yet.
if you want to let us just
Yeah,
know now.
no,
if you
we're
want
not
to
done
say
yet.
we
Call
won.
now.
2 more questions to go. We will find out who's going to win this thing within 15 right here on The Wally Show.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better better than you.
And right now, the ladies are doing it better than the guys on Boys versus Girls. Betty Rock getting the first question right for the ladies. And remember, if your gender wins, you're going to get a question about the game, and you will be able to call, but only your gender. So right now, it could be the ladies winning this thing. They're down 3 overall, but winning this one. So here we go. What percentage of Americans have been to Alaska? Seems like a destination that a lot of people want to get to, but not everyone gets there. So what percentage of people, of U.S. people, of Americans, have been to Alaska?
Does this count Alaskans?
No, the Alaskans they do not count.
They're not Americans.
Actually, little known fact, 100% of Alaskans that live in Alaska have been to Alaska. So I don't know if that helps you out or not, Rock, as you're figuring this out. So what is the percentage of people that have been to Alaska of Americans? Everybody got your answer down? Let's go with, I think I'm high.
Wait, the girls are looking at each other like they're trying to coordinate answers.
No.
We're going with Becca right now.
2%. We're looking at each other like that because our answers are total opposites. That's all.
And Betty, what is
27.
27. I think that is high. Becca's, I think, is a safe bet. Zach?
3%.
3%.
Oh, no!
So I like that.
Yes, I said 9%.
Okay.
So the actual answer of people who have been to Alaska, Americans that have been to
It
Alaska,
could be low.
it is 13%. What? The 9% takes that jazz. Woo! Not even a celebration for my teammate.
Well, yeah, no, I'm still baffled at 13, but because I only know, I think, 5 people in my life that have been to Alaska.
Alaska is the least visited state in the U.S., too.
And you only have 5 friends, so that'd be 100% for
I know.
you.
That's, I should have
Wow.
gone with a different guess.
All right, well, we're all tied up. We got ourselves a game here. Here we go, the final question. Woo, boy. All right, I'm very nervous about this. In what year was Ken introduced as Barbie's companion, her bae, Ken from Mattel, Barbie and Ken? What year did Ken show up on the scene? I have zero idea about this. Never played with those dolls. Played with G.I. Joe, though. I did have a G.I. Joe. And a Steve Austin, $6 Million Man. Okay, everybody get your guesses down.
No.
No,
baby.
Ooh, okay.
My wife would know this. Could I phone a friend?
Yes, you can, actually. I shot low just to be safe on this one, I think. Let's start again with Betty.
Well, why don't we just start again with the guys?
Yeah.
That's
Wally.
right. I said 69. 1969 was the
Okay.
year.
Awesome.
Because I think it might have been in the 70s, but I'm hoping. Zach, what'd you say?
1967.
Oh, we're hosed.
I mean, I went late. I said 84.
You're going to be over.
I said 72.
Yee, that
Oh,
might be the
man.
pocket
That might be
right
it.
there. That might be the pocket. All right, here we go for the win. 19. Oh my goodness gracious! Now the rules are:
What is it?
if everyone is over, the closest to is the winner. 1961.
Yes!
Which means Zach wins that one. The guys come from behind victory. Woo! Nicely done. I thought Rock had that one won. I
Yeah.
really did. Rock, you had me scared on that one. So that means only guys can call to win again. 877-91-WALLY is the number. Here's your question. We were talking about the world's tallest tree earlier, like in the first question. What type of tree was it? I mentioned the kind of tree it was. What type of tree was it? Pretty simple, straightforward question for you there.
Tall tree?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take round. I'll take barky. Anything like that. Whatever you want to say. What type of tree was it? 877-91-WALLY is the number if you want to play our game right now.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
This is the Wally Show, and it's a great day to be a guy because it is boys versus girls, and the guys have won, extending their overall lead to 4 over the girls. So, Charlie, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. How are you, Wally?
Could not be better. Now, Charlie, all you have to do to win, and the reason you're calling is because the guys won and only guys can call, is answer this question. It was from our first set of questions. We were talking about the world's tallest tree. What type of tree is it?
It's a redwood.
It is a redwood in California. Nicely done. You are the big winner today.
Thank you. I've been to the redwoods. I've been to the sequoias. I've seen that tree.
I don't know if you've seen this specific tree, because there might be a conspiracy going on. They might have showed you what they said is the world's tallest tree, but actually the Forestry Service keeps this tree secret because they don't want people to hurt it.
Well, actually, when I went there, it was in the 70s, so they didn't have that conspiracy going on then.
Do you feel really tiny in those forests?
Oh yeah, especially like around the General Sherman, which I think it was burned. I think something happened to it or fell down, but the General Sherman was the biggest size tree. It was enormous. I mean, you could fit like 20 or 30 people around the base of it holding hands.
Really?
That's how big this tree was. Yeah, it was enormous. I remember looking up at it, and you couldn't see the top of it because all the trees, the reason why they stay there is because they have shallow roots, but they all stay together. They stand together and help each other stay up. So
it's a metaphor for life. Right
so if
there.
you're shallow, just have lots of friends.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, congratulations, not only on being a guy, but being smart and giving us some extra tree knowledge that we did not know today. So I appreciate that. You're the big winner today, my friend.
All right, thanks, brother.
Monday School is a chance for Wally to share what he learned at church and prove that he went.
Becca is doing the Monday School honors today because Wally did not go, ironically.
For the second time in a row.
I've been traveling the last 2 weekends. I hate it.
Too busy for God.
I know.
Interesting.
I love my church. It's a great church, as you will find out as Becca breaks down the service for you there. And so I'm going to be learning right along with you. What do we talk about?
This week we continued our discussion about who God is and some of the attributes of God, which is important because that shapes who we are and how we see ourselves and others. So this week, the attribute we discussed was grace, which is kind of a big concept. It's an everyday gift that we definitely don't always understand. And God is already so ambiguous and mysterious that trying to understand something like grace is especially difficult, and it stretches our mind because we just don't have anything like that with our human interactions.
Yeah, because we're very graceless most of the time.
Exactly. But the best way to understand grace and understand God in general is to look at the life of Jesus, who left a trail of grace everywhere he went. So this week we looked at John 4, which is the story of Jesus and the Samaritan woman at the well. So Jesus asks her for water, which surprised her because Jews never wanted anything to do with Samaritans. And so she's asking, why would you ask me this thing? And Jesus responded and said, if you only knew the gift God has for you and who you are speaking to, you would ask me and I would give you living water. And he then went on to describe the water that he gives, and those that drink it will never be thirsty again. And so she asks for this water. And Jesus replied, go home and get your husband. To which she said, I don't have a husband. And Jesus said, I know you don't have a husband. You've had 5 husbands, and the man you're with now you're not married to. So Jesus,
he's like, boom, knowledge bomb.
Drop the mic. But the interesting thing about this story is the first thing that Jesus did was offer living water. It's not like he sat down at the well and was like, let me tell you how I'm condemning you today because of your marital situation. Sometimes in our lives, we avoid God because we just think he wants something from us. We think that first thing that he's offering us is condemnation.
Right.
So we avoid interaction altogether. We think we can't live up to what he wants from us. We don't want to deal with it. But the truth is he wants something for us, and that thing is grace.
Yeah, because a lot of times you think, well, I got to get all my stuff together, then I'll go to God.
Right.
And he's the exact opposite. He's like, come to me, you're broken, and it's okay. My job is to fix you. I'm the great physician. That's what I do.
Right, and the whole thing is he's not unaware of our circumstance. Jesus wasn't unaware of the woman's circumstance. God isn't unaware of our circumstance, so we can trust him with what he already knows about us. We all know John 3:16, but in John 3:17 it says, God sent his son into the world not to judge the world, but to save the world through him and through that grace that he offers.
There you go. Well, that is a good life lesson for everybody. It's like, come to God as you are, and the other part of that, though, is to be conscious of extending that same grace that he gives you to other people, because sometimes that's an area that we are a little deficient in.
They say it's smart not to talk about religion or politics.
He's the logic vacuum.
Well, we've never been that smart. It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca's going to get you caught up right now. What's happening?
Donald Trump had an interesting weekend. The website Gawker.com was trying to trick Donald Trump into retweeting a quote from Italian dictator Mussolini.
Oh, no.
And it worked.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The quote Trump tweeted was, "It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep."
Okay.
And yesterday during an interview, Donald Trump didn't apologize for the quote, but actually kind of defended it.
You want to be associated with a fascist?
No, I want to be associated with interesting quotes. And, I have almost 14 million people between Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all of that.
Right.
And we do interesting things. And I sent it out. And certainly, hey, it got your attention, didn't it?
Yeah, he is the master of spin. I mean, when you look at that, though, that quote, taking take Mussolini out of the picture. Like, the quote just adds itself. Like, I know the quote didn't say dash Mussolini, because there's no way he would have sent that out. But in his world, that lion-lamb analogy of you're a killer, you're a tiger, go get it, like, that fits with his personality.
Definitely.
I wouldn't give him too much grief over that, because I wouldn't have known who said that quote either.
Well, it gets worse for Mr. Trump this weekend. Former Ku Klux Klan leader David Duke endorsed Donald Trump for president.
Oh, no.
And everyone has been waiting since this happened for Trump to disavow the endorsement, to say, no, that's not okay. I don't agree with what he does. I don't accept that. Yesterday, though, he was given 3 chances to do so, and he refused to, claiming that he didn't know who David Duke was.
You wouldn't want me to condemn a group that I know nothing about. I'd have to look. But you
Ku
may
Klux
have groups
Klan?
in there that are totally fine, and it would be very unfair. So give me a list of the groups, and I'll let you know.
Okay, I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know David Duke.
Yeah, I get that, but you should know David Duke. Like, I mean, if you're going to be a political guy, you should know, who is involved with the Ku Klux Klan and this, that, and the other.
And all during the interview, the interviewer is saying, well, a white supremacist endorsed you, and Donald Trump is still trying to dodge it and get around it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's part of me that does understand, like, because the minute you condemn something that you don't know information about, then that makes you look dumb either.
Totally.
So I see doing that, but then when he's like, it's David Duke, something should click. You should know that stuff if you want to be the president. These are basic things you should know.
Right. The happiest place on earth is about to get a bit more expensive, at least on certain days.
Great.
Walt Disney is introducing demand-based pricing at both Disneyland and Disney World, which means you'll end up paying more on peak days, which are determined by the number of guests on that day in the park.
See, I don't understand this, because it's like, okay, you're going to pay more on a peak day, but it's not like you're going to pay less like they're on the other days.
Yeah.
Well, no, but they're starting off at their current pricing. It's not like they're going to go, okay, you're going to pay more here, but our normal price is $100. On peak days, you're going to pay, $119, and on slower days, you're going to pay $75. Like, so they don't ever drop the price. All they're doing is raising the price on busy days.
I mean, demand drives prices up.
Yeah, supply and demand. They should be doing that. You're a Disney stockholder. That's what they should be doing for you.
I know, and I'm glad on some level, but man, as a person who also goes there, I would be frustrated as all get out, because it's already expensive enough.
Well, if you pick non-peak days, you're only paying $95. So
only, yeah,
only.
But then if you go on a day like around Christmas, like a cool thing for your family, and then all of a sudden you have to pay more to wait in line longer, that seems crazy to me.
No, but you won't have to wait in line that much longer because fewer people will come.
Maybe, yeah.
And there's fewer days where you can't get in. Because they're
because they reach capacity.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that shakes out for them. But in any event, you are right. My stock hopefully will go up. Hey, it's the Wally Show. What's up?
Hey, I was just going to tell you about Disney. The reason they did it is because the lines are so long.
Yeah, Disney's raised their prices for their high demand days, apparently.
On peak days, and they're trying to discourage people from going on peak days, so it gets spread out more.
Yeah, so they charge more, hoping less people will go, and then you get to spend more time not waiting in line. Like, I understand that logically, but the reality is people go to Disney regardless of what they charge. And especially on a peak time, they're still going to go, and Disney knows that, so they're just going to make more money.
That's what they're created to do. They're a for-profit company.
For sure, and I want them to make more money, because again, I got stock. Run that jazz up. But I think most people, though, Disney pricing is already a sore subject for a lot of people, because they think it's really expensive. But for what you get, you can...
It's really expensive.
Well, no, I mean, you can go to a movie and dinner, and drop $70, it's
which
crazy.
Won't buy you one ticket.
Well, but it gets you close. Like, when you think of dinner and a movie versus going to a theme park for like $90 versus $70, or $95 versus $75.
But if you can go to another theme park that has 8 times more rides for
you're
half
an Ohio
the price,
guy.
Go to Cedar Point. Come on.
Yeah, that's why you're a roller coaster snob, is what you are. I've been to those parks. I've been to the Six Flags.
You have not been to Cedar Point.
No, but I've been to parks like that, and there's no theme there. There's no magic there. It's missing the magic.
Well,
that's what you pay for at Disney.
It is, but I've been to Cedar Point. But it's about the same price, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, I recently looked it up, and it's about the same price now because they've added a bunch of rides.
Zach is Googling right now.
I am.
And how much is it to go to Cedar Point?
You can get a single-day ticket online for $40 for Cedar Point.
Oh, okay, that's a little bit cheaper.
Considerably cheaper.
Yeah, you're paying. So then that means you're paying $55 for the magic at Disney. I've even got to give you that one. This is the Wally Show, and it's finally time for the culmination of our Project Runway challenge, where Becca, who got a sewing machine for Christmas, we put her to the challenge, said, okay, you haven't sewn much, I haven't sewn much, let's see who can create a better, more successful outfit, and Betty Rock will be our model. And that is what we've done. We've gone two very different ways in this, with two very different looks, and Betty Rock has modeled them both. Zach has photos, and we're going to post that at allwally.com, and you will decide which dress you like or which outfit you like better.
Yes, because let's do the disclaimer too, because I could see people being like, "Well, Wally went all out with the dress." The challenge was the skirt, just so people know that.
No, the challenge originally was anything you wanted. Then we both said, well, let's do a skirt. It's easier. And then I called you and said, well, I'm going to do a dress because I think it'll work and it'll be easier. And you could have switched to anything. You go, no, I'm still going to do this skirt. So I go, okay, cool. So it's whatever outfit she looks best in your opinion. Like whichever one that you see Betty and you go, you look great. That's the one I like. The one you respond to.
They both made great outfits. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. One of them.
They both fit.
I know. That's amazing.
I was very discouraged throughout this entire process.
And bitter.
I didn't want to talk about it at all.
Yes.
Because one of my biggest fears was Betty wouldn't be able to get it on. And for Betty not to be able to get something on, that's saying something. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it fit her great. Like, and so I think both outfits were a success, but just different execution.
And I will say this, I think if one of us had designed a trash bag skirt and just cut a hole in a trash bag, she still would have pulled it off.
Oh my goodness. We were taking photos out in the back, and Betty Rock's like, all right, you ready? Let me know when you're ready, Zach. Let me know when you're ready. I'll be all ready when you're ready.
Traumatized.
I know, but she's like, okay, I'm ready. And Zach goes, okay, I'm ready now. And all of a sudden you see Betty go, okay! And she lights up and she starts moving.
It's cold outside, and so I can't exert myself.
You completely supermodeled that, man.
Well, would you rather me not?
No, I think you did a fabulous job. I just thought it was interesting that you're a pro. You're a modeling pro. That might be
how the pros do it, and you just don't know it.
No, I think that is how they do it, because it's a business for them, and then boom, they turn it on.
I can confirm that is how we do it.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Hand models. Didn't know that was a great profession that you do, but all right. So we have two of them up there, allwally.com. You are going to vote for your favorite. I think that I'm at a disadvantage in mine. I went for one that I thought would be like her style, like what I thought she would wear. And Betty and Becca gave her something that I don't think is necessarily her style, but I think looks really good on her, and she shows some leg in it. And I think that is going to give you an unfair advantage.
Well, I don't think that's the case at all.
I do.
You're really digging for excuses already. You're terrified.
No, I just think that. I think that's gonna help you, because she looks great in it.
Well, thank you. I guess because we were gonna do a long skirt and then we switched to any kind of skirt, and so I kind of went with both.
Right, and so it looks great. And I went with like well, we'll describe our looks for you. We'll do it like very fashion show esque, and we'll do that here in like 15 minutes. But in the meantime, you can pick for your favorites, and also too, I'm gonna put Betty on the spot and ask her which was her favorite, like which, not this time, but when we go through our descriptions, which is the one that you felt most comfortable in, or you liked most, or would wear again. That okay?
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do. We'll do that within 15 right here on the Wally Show. This is the Wally Show, and it is the Project Runway challenge here between Becca and myself to design an outfit. Both novice sewers. Becca got a sewing machine for Christmas that I actually ended up giving you.
You did, yeah.
And she sewed an outfit for Betty, and I did the same to see who could do it. It was really a challenge just to see if we could learn something we didn't know how to do. And Betty looks fabulous in both outfits, for sure.
Thank you.
But what I'd like to do right now, again, these are at allwally.com, and it's going to shift to you now. We've done our work, late night hours, the seamstress type work, blood, sweat, and tears, literally blood, because those pins are ridiculously sharp.
Yeah. And when you're in the midst of it, you just don't even care. Like my husband was in the room with me, and I was trying to pin a hem, and I just kept poking myself. I'm like, He's like, what's wrong? And I couldn't even talk because I had pins in my mouth. It was crazy.
It swallowed three of them.
Yes.
So we're going to describe our outfits for you right now. So let's start with you, Becca. Give us your best Project Runway outfit description.
Okay, here we go. For the modern woman who wants everything but can't decide between two classic styles, this garment has it all. This skirt is what some fashion critics are calling a blend between Grecian princess and sparkle retro, and what others are saying, what was she thinking? No, really, it looks like she sewed this in the dark. Style is all about taking risks, and this brave designer did just that. Even hemlines? How dare you suggest such a thing? Correct sizing? What is this? Bold, daring, wrong. These are all words used to describe this half cotton, half evil fabric. I mean, chiffon skirt.
Very nicely done. All right, so that's one.
That's good.
Let me see. I have mine here. Betty is wearing the latest country chic look from fashion's hottest new designers, Wally. Changed my name a little bit there to make it all chic. This look is fabulous at any age. It can be dressed down with cowboy boots or dressed up with a scarf. The mix and match ready-to-wear look is made from 3 different cotton fabrics that are not only fleek for this season, but are also timeless. On fleek is what I meant.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you got that
Sorry,
wrong.
they're on fleek. The construction is impeccable and the taste level is sophisticated but fun. With a vintage flair and ease of wear, this is a perfect outfit for work or play. So there you go.
I think you killed fleek, but that was a good description.
I did kill fleek, on fleek. I messed that up. So now again, you get to decide. But before you decide, Betty Rock's vote doesn't count in this. But I am curious, which was your favorite outfit? And I would say favorite based on maybe. And you tell me if this is fair or not. Which one is like the most you or that you would wear again, something like that? Because you or the one that made you feel the best. Like I could go with that too. So what do you like? Which was your most successful outfit for you?
It was very tough because I would say that there were some parts of both of them that I loved.
Right.
I would say for comfort, I would go with yours, Wally.
Right.
That makes sense.
But the thing that takes me away from yours, there were parts that seemed a little bit baggier than I would like.
Right.
And it was also the hem for me was a little bit awkward.
It was long. It was long because I
it was
know
an awkward length.
I know that you are a classy girl, an elegant girl, and I did not want to put you in
to butter
something
me up.
that would make you feel uncomfortable like Becca did.
Oh,
and so, no.
Oh, don't you even go there, sir.
I would say that Becca's was very frilly, very girly.
Yes.
I wasn't so much my style.
Right, and I knew that going in.
Right, but it was the perfect length. I would say it was a little bit, the underskirt was a little bit tighter.
Right, it was tight on you.
Yeah, so, hey.
That didn't look good, but it was
I go with Becca's.
No, no, it was.
You better watch yourself.
It was tight on you. You don't wear form-fitting clothes, and that one is more form-fitting.
Right, yes. So if I had to choose, I would probably go with Wally's.
Oh, really?
If we could shorten it just a
I
hair.
actually will shorten it for you. If it's something that you ever thought you would wear again.
I don't know, because every time I would wear it to the office, I wouldn't hear the end of it.
No.
very
I'll be
true.
quiet. I'll
And
never
neither
mention
would
it again. I'll never mention it again.
I'd be walking around and you'd be like, hey, have y'all noticed the hem on that
Let
dress?
me tell you
Look
about
at her
bias tape.
Yeah.
You know about bias tape, Wally.
No, all I would do is go, so Betty, who are you wearing?
Wally.
Exactly. All right, I will fix that hymn for you and you can keep it. But right now we need your votes. Actually, Betty needs your, Becca or myself need your votes. So whichever one you like the best up at allwally.com, you can pick. And we're going to close the voting tomorrow. So go ahead, vote often and tell your friends as well. Share it with people around the office because we want to see how many votes we can get on this at allwally.com. We are gonna read some email. Even though I don't read well, I think I might be dyslexic. So please don't make fun of the way I read. Wally at allwally.com is how you can email me with whatever's on your mind, like Corey did. Corey was mentioning something we've talked about before on the show earlier. It says, Wally, I listened to the podcast of the McDonald's Chicken McNugget fight where you had asked Becca, you were surprised that Becca ate 20 McNuggets. Well, I was driving to Chicago for a flight. We stopped in Minnesota at McDonald's, and I got a 20-piece McNugget. And my wife's response to me was, really? Wow, you are really letting yourself go, aren't you?
Whoa.
Like, whoa. And I could only eat 14 of those. So I'm on your side. Have a great day. Well, thank you, Corey. I appreciate that.
You probably had a full lunch earlier.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see if I can eat 20 nuggets. I think it might be possible because they are so good with the right amount of sauce. Mm-hmm. Those are good things. This was another fast food related one. This was weird. Hey, Wally, so you ordered a fish sandwich and 2 junior roast beefs at Arby's. If not, there's a guy that looks like you and responds to your name, and his daughter's name is Haley.
Whoa.
Okay, a little
Was that
creepy.
you?
Yeah, and I was in a different part of Tennessee than I normally live. I didn't even know we were on in this area. It's like, so how does someone email me this? So I emailed him back like, yeah, that was me. So, you should have just come and said hi. They're like, no, it was my brother. He was the cashier. He texted me to let me know. He was going to say something, but decided to say professional. I appreciate that in my Arby's employees, so thank you very much. But you could have said hi. But he did give you extra fries, though. I noticed that. We got the bag, and my wife's like, there's 2 fries in here. I'm like, yeah, I know. I thought you ordered 2. She said, no, I said 2 drinks. I'm like, no, I think you said fries. She's like, no, I said drinks. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. We got 2 extra fries. Now
Did you eat them all?
No, I didn't. I did not. I wish.
He was testing your integrity to see if this guy would return the stolen goods.
And you failed.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
We were already on our way home at that point. I'm not turning around.
Okay. So we see what your integrity's worth.
Oh, it's worth about a $1 fry at Arby's. This was kind of an interesting one, too. It says, hey, Wally, I don't know if you remember me, but I used to email you a lot, and I used to sign everything as your #1 fan. I remember this girl. Like, she would email all the time when she was 13 and just loved the show and this, that, and the other. That's how long we've been doing the show. She's like, well, over the years, your show was a source of fun and happiness for me, and I'm all grown up now, and I'm planning to get married next week.
Wow.
Oh, crazy. I cannot believe that. And then she asked me some advice about, getting married and stuff like that. But it's just weird to think that, like, somebody that you kind of helped walk through some stuff as a kid is now getting married and starting your own family and stuff like that. And it's easy to think, oh, I'm getting old, and oh, yeah. But actually, I think that's really cool that we have kind of a history here and a little bit of a tiny legacy and getting to be involved with people's lives and stuff. And so we're real happy for her. And she starts that next chapter of her life as well. So if you ever want to email me, Wally@allwally.com is how you can do that.
These are the least important stories out of Hollywood, but nonetheless entertaining. It's the least of these.
And Betty Rock has got it for you. What's going on?
Well, the Oscars were last night. Did anybody in the room watch them?
I did.
Missed them. You did? Oh,
I
good.
watched the
missed
first
them.
half, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed them too. But here's a little rundown in case you missed them of some of the winners. Best Animated Feature Film was Inside Out.
Nice.
Yeah. Best Picture, Spotlight, which I've never even heard of or seen.
Me either. I thought Bridge of Spies was up for that too, I think, and that was a good movie. I'm surprised that didn't win with Tom Hanks.
Best Actress, Brie Larson. She was in Room.
Another movie. I didn't see that one, and I heard it's like disturbing or something like that. So.
I think both that and Spotlight had tough subject matters.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Best Actor was Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant, which is great because he was nominated 4 times. This was his 5th, and we were hoping that he would win because, you hate to be nominated 5 times and still come out a loser.
Always a bridesmaid, yeah. So he finally won that one.
Yes, so he did. But during his acceptance speech, he used the platform to talk about something that was very important to him.
Climate change is real. It is happening right now.
Yeah!
It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species. Let us not take this planet for granted.
Yes.
I do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much.
Follow-up question, are you going to stop private jetting all around the globe then?
Yes, exactly. They kind of emit some things that affect
Like his
things.
carbon footprint compared to the average American even is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Like, I get it. It's something that's passionate for you. And you have all these other days and all this other platform to talk about that. And that's great. But, like, set that aside for a minute to just be in that moment.
One really cool thing they did do this year, though, for the Academy Awards, they had a scroll at the bottom of everybody that everyone wanted to thank. So instead of wasting all your time being like, I want to thank Bob and Bill and Jim.
Naming names you don't know.
Right. It's all scrolling at the bottom so you can focus on something that is important to you, like climate change.
Downside to that is no one can lie about not being prepared for this speech. Oh,
Right.
I had no idea I was going to win this.
There was one lady that won, and she was like, I thought there were going to be scrolling names of who won. I'm like, well, they're not in real life.
Right.
Yes, she couldn't see them. She thought there'd be people walking with cards.
It's like you didn't win for visual effects, did you? Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's awesome.
It's easy to think that whatever Oprah touches turns to gold, especially after hearing that she was able to invest $43 million into Weight Watchers stocks.
Yeah, she bumped them up, too. She got a big hit on that.
She doubled her money almost instantly. Then by posting a 30-second video about bread, which she made $12 million on. I know, it's crazy. But she also loses money because last Thursday, Weight Watchers stocks plummeted by 27%.
What?
Which meant that she lost $24 million in an instant.
What? What? That when you're playing with that kind of money, like a fluctuation is, like that, millions and millions of dollars.
Everyone gave up on their New Year's resolution at once.
Yeah, everyone quit losing weight at one time.
Right.
Yes.
And it's easy to feel sorry for her.
I do feel sorry for her.
Don't, because she's still worth $3 billion overall.
Because even though it dropped a little bit, she still didn't lose everything she had invested in it.
No, because
when
she went in, stocks were cheaper.
Yeah.
Now they're more expensive.
Yeah, she's still ahead.
It'd be sad if employees at Weight Watchers lost their job, but the headlines would be kind of ironic if Weight Watchers has to downsize. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, or you can spin that and say Weight Watchers is losing again.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for your least of these. Thank you, Miss Rock. This is the Wally Show, and there are situations in life sometimes where even you yourself are like, was I wrong to do this or feel this or think this? And it's good to have friends that can let you know whether you are right or wrong. Like Betty Rock has a situation, and we will all sit in judgment of her right now.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, there's a certain grocery store that's right near me, and when you have their rewards card, you scan it, and it'll take off some, if things are on sale, it'll take some money off of your bill. But for some reason, at this one location, I'm getting the senior discount. And at first I thought that was funny, and I thought I kind of took it as an insult. But then later I'm seeing how much it's saving me, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to complain. But is it wrong to, because I make sure that I always get my groceries at this location because it gives me such a big discount. But the thing is, this is kind of my way of justifying it. You can do self-checkout. But I actually went to the one where that has the person that you have to interact with.
Right.
So I did that, and she scanned my card, and she watched the screen give me the senior discount, and she didn't say anything. So does it make it better?
Are you wrong? Because should you at this point then go to somebody who runs this program or the manager and go,
Saying,
hey, there's a problem with my account. Look at me. Do I look like a senior? No, I do not.
But they're like, but I'm looking over your past buying history, and based on the movies you're buying.
Yes. How much Ben Gay can one girl have?
Oh, my word.
So, boy, that's a tough one. Because, to just take the discount, knowing I'm gonna call wrong on this one. As much as I love you,
what would you do?
I would say something. Well, actually, I would never notice it.
Because you receive the senior discount.
Yes, exactly. My ARP card is fantastic. I'm getting close to that too. Oh my goodness. No, I probably would say something personally. Yeah. So Becca,
I gotta say, I don't think you're wrong.
No, Becca stole internet from someone for a year. So
that's true. But no, that aside. And I know that was wrong, so we don't have to do a tangent here. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I would have gone through the line, but it's weird to speak up about that kind of thing because it has to be something with your card. So they just get you a new card. Like I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
And it's nothing that you did intentionally.
No, and it used to not be that way. It's like a glitch happened one time. I walked in there, and all of a sudden, I just started getting senior discount.
It's amazing. That is amazing.
So
Zach?
either they have my age. Maybe I put my age year wrong on the little form that you fill out.
Yeah.
You turn 65.
Yeah, I think now that you know.
Yeah.
This is why you don't read receipts.
Exactly. Yeah, like if you didn't know, no big deal. But once you have knowledge of it, then you have to do something.
That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 2-1. I think that's where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So 2-1.
Heck, I thought you'd be on my side. I'm saving money.
I know that's a great thing, but stealing money doesn't count as saving money.
It's true. She saw it.
All right.
So if she sees you put the gum in your pocket and not pay, then it's not stealing.
Yeah, not at all. That's her fault at that point.
Very dramatic, guys.
Yeah, Betty Rock thief. All right, so there you go. That is how this works. Was I wrong? And 2-1 went against Betty this time. So now we don't want you to comment on Betty's because we've already settled Betty's. Betty's is gone. She'll be going back to that grocery store sometime. Yes, she will be going back to that grocery store today to make amends. But now we want your story. Okay, was I wrong? Or maybe somebody in your life. Was I wrong to do this? And then we will try to help you work through it and see if you were truly wrong or not. 877-91-WALLY is the number. That's 877-91-WALLY. This is the Wally Show, and it's Was I Wrong? Those times in life where you're like, okay, I need a little outside input on this one. Was I wrong to do this? So what's yours, Karen?
I have a 17-year-old son who is texting two girls at the same time. and telling both of them that he loved them. And I happened to get his phone and realized what he was doing. So I texted one little girl and told her he was cheating on her, and then I texted the other little girl and said he was cheating on her.
Oh, not wrong.
Snap!
I am on board with this.
I did. I'm sorry. I mean, this kind of behavior could follow him into adulthood, and so you shouldn't do that. It's biblical. Even if you're dating, you don't do that.
Yeah, because actually you'll marry like you date. Like if you have problems with being faithful in your dating life, you're going to carry that into your married life, I think.
Absolutely, and that's what I tried to explain to him. Of course, he was ticked off at me, and of course he cried because the love of his life broke up with him. I'm like, she can't be the love of your life.
Yeah, you had two loves of your life. Like how upset can you be?
Yeah.
My mom used to tell us that she would just pray that we would get caught. And so that's what you did. You made sure that he got caught, because you going to him would have been one thing, but making sure that he got the full ramifications of his actions, that was the way to go.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, no, you were not wrong. You taught him a valuable life lesson about how to be an honorable man. Now, it's a brutal one, but it was one he probably needed to learn. So I'm going to say not wrong. Becca?
Not wrong.
Yay! Yeah, that makes me happy. I have your approval for once. Yay!
This is the Wally Show, and it's Was I Wrong? Those situations in life where you need a little outside input to tell you, was I wrong or not to do this? Becca and I will help you with this. So go ahead. Carol, was I wrong?
I had went to a major department store, and I had purchased 4 pair of jeans for my husband. And when I was checking out, the cashier and I, we were talking, not really paying attention, just going through the motions. She'd set a number, I'd swipe my card, we'd went on our way. On the way home, something clicked. Like, wait a minute, what number did she say? So when I went home, I had realized that I had 4 pair of jeans in my possession, and she'd only charged me for 3.
Got the extra pair for free.
I never called back.
Oh, so you went ahead and just kept that. Okay.
I called my husband and asked my husband. He goes, well, that was their fault.
That's interesting that you called your husband to somehow justify it and then put it off on him, even the Apple situation here.
I did.
Here's what I would ask you. In these situations, like say they overcharged you a pair of jeans, would you have called back or gone back?
Yes.
I think that's the answer. That's the barometer. It's like if I'm going to get shorted and I would go back, I got to go back if I've received a benefit from it. So there you go. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was wrong. Becca?
It's still eating at you, so yeah, I'm going to go with wrong.
Zach?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Trifecta, clean sweep.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's like, thank you, not thank you. This is the Wally Show, and it's Was I Wrong? Those situations in life where you're not sure about something or how you handled something, you need a little extra outside input. So, Steve, was I wrong?
Well, I get a discount on my cell phone bill every month. It's 24%. It's part of a program that I actually had to pay like $40 to get into. And now that I've brought it to their attention, they want me to pay $40 to get out of this program.
Oh,
as
really?
Opposed to continue to get a 24% discount for a job that I no longer have.
Oh, I got you. So you paid to get in, you get the discount, now you don't have the job, so instead of just calling it a wash, they want you to pay to leave it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Like, I think if they were to say, hey, thank you for bringing this to our attention, we're just going to call it good and have a good day, but where they're trying to charge you to get out of it, that to me feels wrong. That feels wrong on their part, actually.
And I've told them a couple of times, the person in the store didn't really, nudge, you shouldn't say anything about this, is what they said.
So, Becca, what do you think?
I say you're in the right. I don't think you're wrong at all. I mean, you gave them every opportunity, but to pay to get out of something, that's crazy.
Nice.
But wait, we haven't heard from Zach yet.
That's a lot of money.
All right, that is going to do it for the podcast. And again, thank you for being a potty. And make sure you vote for your favorite look in our Project Runway Challenge, because we are going to close the voting down on this because we have something exciting coming up Wednesday that you may not be aware of. And we had to do this really quick in a short amount of time for the Project Runway thing so that we could get to Pledge Drive.
Woo!
Yeah!
I was like, what do we have going on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah, it worked on you, sucker. So yeah, we got Pledge Drive coming up, which means I'm not sure if podcast might be a little spotty this coming week and next week. I'll be honest with you, because we have to do longer shifts and it's ridiculous. And then we have people getting in our studios and stuff. So I'm not sure.
We'll
we
have
got
to
talk about that.
We'll have to talk about that.
All right. But anyway, there you go. In full disclosure, we might not have podcasts. But thank you for listening to the ones that we put up.